we got some adjusting to do. Hello, everyone. This is Becky at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I need to drop this down just a little bit more. And I was just seeing Scott off. He's about ready to leave for the door, for work, out the door, and I'm on at 2:38. So it is sometime between 2:30 and 3 p.m. on Wednesday, as I said on my community tab. You will note that the chat is available for my subscribers only. I do this to keep bots out. So I hope everybody will bear with me. And if you would like to participate in chat, all you have to do is subscribe and then wait 5 minutes. And then you can jump in the chat and chatter away with us. And thank you and welcome. So today we're going to work in our pocket number 3 in our Bits and Bobs binders. And for anybody that's new, the Bits and Bobs binders, pockets, bags, boxes, whatever, there's 20 of them. However you choose to use your little bits and bobs up, you can put them in 20 different units, whether they're a pocket, a bag, or a box, and number them 1 through 20. Each week we pull a number and we do whatever is in that pocket, and we will use, sometimes we do a large index card, and sometimes we do cards, and sometimes we do embellishments, and sometimes, like today, I decided we're going to do artist trading cards with our little bits. Because if I remember right, we have already worked with Pocket 3 in the past, and I have not added anything much more to this since we worked on it. So I don't have a lot in this pocket. So that's why I was figuring ATCs would be an easy way to use these up. So I went into I have a tub down under the table here where I throw my bigger pieces of cut-offs, and I just pulled some out in black that we could do some artist trading cards on. And I think I still have autofocus on, so give me just a minute and I'll turn that off. Hi, Mary. So far, you're the only one here. It's you and me. Let's see here. There we go. It's a little bit better. Today's cat is a hairless cat. What's the cat's name? Let's see. His name is Sphinx. I'm not mad. This is my normal face. In addition to Sphinx cats, bat-like ears and wrinkled hairless coats, which come in many colors and can range from bald to peach fuzz in length. This breed's severe facial expressions tend to get them unfairly pegged as curmudgeons. In fact, Sphinx are quirky comics that love being the center of attention. The breed was first developed in Toronto, Canada in the 1960s when a hairless cat was selectively crossed with a domestic short-haired cat. When not performing acrobats, they enjoy following their humans around and make fun, affectionate companions. So that's Sphinx, and he's not mad. That's just how he looks all the time. My sister-in-law gave me this 365 days of cats, and I just get a hoot out of each day. And I figured on Wednesdays I could just share the cat of the day. So Sphinx is our cat of the day. I've always thought hairless cats looked kind of creepy myself, but some people must love them or they wouldn't be bred out there, you know? So let's work on our artist trading cards. So I've got a little bit of cuts on this table, which I don't know. There might be cat scratches. Cut these to 2.5 by 3.5 of my scraps, and we'll see what I have for as far as the numbers go. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Charlene. Welcome to my live, and welcome to my channel. Because if I'm seeing you in chat, that means you've subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. An artist trading card is 2.5 by 3.5. So I'm just cutting these to that size. Looks like we're going to have quite a few artist trading cards, plus a little bit that we can throw into our bits and bobs pile. And this one looks like I can cut this at 3.5 this way. And then cut the other way at 2.5. And I got to Mary's just as she was signing off and doing her giveaway this morning. I was like, oh, I'm here awful late, but I see they're putting in numbers. I better stick a number in. And then I saw Janet Nash had put a number in for me. So that was sweet. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Shall we do 6 ATCs? Shall I be crazy like Mary and try to do 6 ATCs? Just kidding. Hi, Angie. Oh, thank you, Charlene. Now, there's another person we have not seen in a while. Oh, I can't remember her name. It starts with a C, and she popped into a room one time, and we talked. Oh, I can't remember her name. I hope she's okay. I haven't seen her in her. If I remember her name, I will say it so we can figure out what's going on with her. Anytime we miss somebody that's a regular, it gets me to thinking I should mention them, because as soon as I mention them, they pop up and say, oh, hey, yeah, I was sick, or I was visiting, they let us know what's going on. So anytime you start missing somebody, just say their name out in the universal here, and they'll show up. That's been my general act. We've got some embellishments and some fun balloons. Yes, we have used this before because I remember using those. So I'm thinking we might need a background for lizards and frogs, because there's a lot of lizards and frogs in here. This is a cute piece. Oh, I ripped it the wrong way. Rip away from you if you don't want a white edge along here. But if you want the white edge, that's how you get it, is you tear the opposite direction. See how it exposes the white? I like that on that black. That looks cool. Might have to use that. Let's just look and see what we've got here. I'm going to go ahead and pull another one out because I'm just going to piece on these. And there's another little lizard. Look, a little teeny. I have this punch, so I can punch out more lizards if I need to. Oh, and I remember this, that we used this before. Did we do this last time? I thought we did 3 recently. I didn't look at the video to remind myself of what we were supposed to be doing today. That could be a problem. Crystal could be. Oh, but it was a real old-timey name like Coraline, or I know she was housebound and that she enjoyed all of our videos, but I can't remember her name. It'll come to me eventually, I hope. Beth sent me a bunch of these stickers. It's tamper-resistant seals, tamper stickers. One of my own doodles. And there's a heart. I love this pop of red. Mary's getting her bagel on. That pop of red is really cool. I'm just kind of roughly fitting these together right now. You know how I do. I'll move these out of the way. Let's put all 6 down here so I can just put papers around. I love this yellow and green. The fact that it's got a grid on it and that's got a grid. Oh, excuse you. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that, guys. Scott just let this burp out. Yeah, it slipped my eye.
More room on the outside than there is on the inside.
Oh my goodness gracious. It's a shame I can't put you up for adoption sometimes.
Sorry, slipped. More room on the outside than the inside.
Oh, jeez. Oh. You are going fast, Becky. You will finish all 6. Yeah. Yeah, I remember we have quotes we can put on these too. We've got, today only happens once, make it amazing. So we can do 3 of that one. And then this one says, art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life.
Love y'all, bye.
Did you get your lunch out the fridge?
Did not.
Well, you better.
I'm not at the fridge yet.
Reality whistles a different tune underwater. I thought we had one more, but we might have already used it. Okay, look, here's some ATC backs. I just need to mount them onto the black cardstock. Maybe even got a little strip of paper, so I could add a little something to that. I'm going to go ahead. Have a good day, hon.
Oh, I will.
I know you will. Train them peoples. So I've been going through the pile of recipes that Greg and I have printed off. Greg is my son, for anybody new. And I said, you know, I've got those 250 sheet protectors that Scott scored me at Goodwill. I said, I'll just put them in sheet protectors and then go get a binder at the Goodwill. And I can do a internet favorites binder. And if something is in there that I can't remember we've tried already and didn't like, I'll just pull it out, throw it away, and stick something else in the pocket. Because then they won't be stuck down to anything. And I can just rearrange them or put something else in their place. The pink champagne cake is definitely getting kept. The funfetti cake, I'm not going to keep that because hardly anybody ate any. My niece, bless her heart, only took a piece because I made it for her, but she didn't really eat any of it. So I pitched most of the rest of that cake into the trash. And that was the one I had to make twice because the first time it ran over in the oven. So funfetti cake, not a favorite. And we went yesterday to the bank, cringe, to take out a mortgage against our house to do the repairs on the bathroom. And we're going to go ahead and pay off credit cards that have an outrageous interest rate on them. And we'll have just one payment a month going out for 10 years. So it's a 10-year mortgage. And we were waiting on the person that was going to help us, set it up and fill in the paperwork and stuff. And got to talking about food. Everywhere we go, we talk about food. I need to share that pink champagne recipe. You guys, it's just that pink champagne cake. And I told that girl at the desk all about it. And she said, well, there's a Food Network. And this lady, she made a pink champagne cake. And that's what brought her off the bottom. But she couldn't remember which baking show that was on. So apparently the pink champagne cake has been on a cooking show recently. So we have an instant back there. We just got to add a focal image. So, and it's a pretty cake because it's pink. It's just the prettiest little cake. And I need to get I don't know if my mother-in-law can show me, but she used to do wedding cakes. And I was going to ask her if she could show me how to do some of the piping to make those big rosettes. I think all you have to do is take a star tip and go around in a circle with the star tip, I think. Of course, I guess I could look it up on the YouTube, as they say. I'm putting the back on on the back of the piece instead of putting the piece down. So I'm getting a little bit of the black exposed, but you know what? I kind of like that. All right, so these two, I think these were part of a prompt game or something because this has maps on it. All right, so let's see. What else do we have that we can, that's in this color scheme? There's a little bit of gold or copper peeking out. Let's see. All right, Mary. So yeah, cringe, going back in debt on the house. But, oh, I like this. It says go around the world. But it's for a good thing, and it'll increase the value of the house. So I'm not going to complain about it or anything. I might have to ink some of these to just age them a little bit to make my happy. That's kind of cool looking. It's a magazine image. Yeah, this one we've worked with this before. And look, there's some dots I could peel off and attach. I think Lisa sent those to me, I think. She did a bunch of those at one time. You know, the labels. This looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll cut a piece of that. And then if I ink that, I might cut the lizard out and make this look like a crown on him. We might do some cutting here. Let's do some fussy cutting on this. Okay, she's going to finish her foxes. So what's everybody else doing today? Looks like everybody must be busy because I usually get more people in here than 7, but welcome the 7 that are here. Hi, I think I said hi to Angie. Angie had cream cheese on hers, her bagel. I'm just going to cut around Mr. Geico lizard real quick. And I have to get it closer to my eyeballs, so I'm sorry I'm out of shot a little bit. The Geico gecko. Well, while I had Bernadette at the groomer, you know, I have to, because it's such a drive and gas prices are what they are, I was trying to find something to do. Hi, Ruth, out there in Lexington while I waited on her, because it takes them 3 hours to do her, you know, to give her her bath and cut all her hair off and get her nails trimmed and ground, because, you know, they have to take breaks with the doggies too, so they, you know, they don't work steady on one single dog. They take a little break and let them rest. Going to the groomers wears Bernadette out. She comes home and she takes the longest nap ever. I'm not going to be able to trim in there by his little hand, but I'm not worried about that. We'll get him trimmed down a little bit. So I went to Hobby Lobby while I was waiting, and I got 2 books on clearance. They have a bunch of books on clearance. I noticed, I peeked in on Dee Dee real quick, but I didn't stay since it was a coloring day, and I'm just not into coloring. Sorry, Dee Dee. But I saw that she had picked up some books out there at her Hobby Lobby. And I got one on, it's called, I'll show you. It's called Pastels for Absolute Beginners. And Janice, if you're watching this, let me know tomorrow. I know Ann's out of town, but I'm going to open a room in Ann's group tomorrow. So Janice, if you come in, let me know if you can get to Hobby Lobby. If not, I can go to mine and see if they still have a copy. This is a 1995 book I got for $4.98. So I could pick it up for you if you'll pay the postage on it. So, because Janice had said that she has pastels, but she needs some idea of what to do. So Janice, if you want one, I can go and see if I can scope it out if you'll cover the postage. And then the other book I picked up, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, was Landscapes Through the Seasons in Watercolor, because Mom and I had so much fun, and I might go see if I can find a copy of this one for my mom, because it's normally $16.95 and it's on clearance for $4.23, if there's still copies of these available. Not everybody enjoys books like I do. And then I'm doing a haul in the middle of my project. Sorry, guys. I'll get back to that in a minute. But these were, some of the wedding stuff was on clearance, 74 cents for the lacy hearts. And then to go with them, I got these little 49 cents for each package. And each package has 24 in it. So I got close to 75 of these little bags. So those would be fun to send Happy Mail in. And then the last thing I bought, I'm always on the lookout for Project Dress-A-Girl. And they had 3 plus a little bit more of this left. So I bought all they had left, and I've already washed it. So I'm going to make some dresses out of the zebras, but this was $3 a yard, so couldn't beat it. And that was my haul from Hobby Lobby, interspersed with my ATC creation, because I went sideways. Sorry. All right, I'm going to move these out of the way and bring this one down, because I really like the idea of making this some kind of crazy hat for him. Hi, Kimberly. Everybody's coming in now. I hope everybody's having a good week. Greg had a job interview. Yay. And he's really hoping he gets it. I keep telling him, no matter where you go, you're going to have difficult people to work with, but it's hard to get young people to understand that. So hopefully this will go the way he wants it to. I'm going to roughly cut this so it'll glue down good. Yeah. Okay. All right, Janice. Gotcha. I'll go over there after I sign off on here. We are at that time of year where you don't know how to dress, because this morning I put long pants on and I had to run down to the drugstore, and it was warmer out than I thought it was, and now it's warm enough. I put shorts on. So you start the day with long pants and a long sweater on, and then you switch over to shorts, and it's crazy weather. All right. So because of how this was tore, I'm going to cut this off on this side too. So it just looks goofy. Yeah, that'll be a fun little thing on his head. And I'm going to ink this. So let's see if I can cut this to length. So the bathroom remodel is going to be interesting. All right. Using some of the Tim Holtz Distress ink. All right, where's my tape? Here it is. Do I need to bring you guys forward a little? There we go. That's better. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Kathy. Who else did I miss? And Kimberly. Let me scroll back up here. Yep, thankfully, Kimberly, they are all sleeping now. I'm not going to say that C word because then they'll be up in my face. But they're all sleeping right now. And the only thing I've got left to do today, I haven't turned the dishwasher on from this morning yet. So, but I need to make, I'm going to do those where you put smoked sausage and potatoes and cabbage inside aluminum foil pockets, and then you put them in the oven and bake them. And I always pre-brown my sausage a little bit and then put it in the little, you make little pockets out of aluminum foil and bake it in there. And the potatoes and everything get nice and steamed. I might throw some carrots in each of them too, even though Scott's not real big on carrots. He says that when you cook them, it turns them too sweet, and he just does not like that. Jen, her Facebook group, she asked what kind of quiche everybody liked. And I'm like, it's not allowed in my house because my husband says it's a perfectly good omelet ruined by making it into a quiche. And everybody was laughing. But I said, but if I have somebody else to share it with, I like spinach and cheese quiche. I just like spinach. I have to bring him down some so that I can get his hat all on there. His funny little hat. Oh, that's cute. He needs something along here, though. A strip of something else. What else is in here? Somebody's going too fast. I think this was an envelope from Mary or Kendra, because Kendra was doing Mary's little doodles, but I'm thinking this was from Mary. I think the green is too bright on this piece. This is what takes all the time, is trying to figure out what to put with what. See, that's too shocking. It's got a little bit of dendritic on it. Elvis's big sweetie is a big sweetie. Hello. Yeah, this is the part I'm like, oh, this has got to be so boring. Why are they watching me do this? Oh. It does need something along that side. I just don't know what to do. All right. I'm going to set him like that to the side. And as I work, maybe something will come to me. Or maybe, what if we cut these in half and put half of them sticking out this edge? Like, we've got some that are just halvesies right here. I think. Yeah. I need to catch up with Dee at Betsy Doodle. She's been doing ATCs this week. If I remember her little, the little icon. Do we want to put just 3 and then have him here? Or should I come all the way down with those? I don't think you're going to get to see many of them. That might have to be put down with glue. I think I'm going to come all the way down with the loops. You like Brussels sprouts better than cabbage, Janice? See, and I like cabbage better than Brussels sprouts. Isn't that funny? Listen to that bird singing his fanny off. He's happy about something. Hi, Carol. I filled the feeders for them. I think that tickled their fancy. All right. See if I can put him through the glue thing or the sticker maker. Sometimes magazine papers work in this Xyron sticker maker, and then sometimes they tear really easy. I need to order some more of those that have the where they laminate over the top of it, because when I get those, I know I have to recut them out, but I don't have as much of a problem peeling the magazine paper off. All right, stuck to my finger. There we go. I want to keep his little elbow and stuff like that. I'll cut off a little bit of this. And sometimes I get better luck if I start it. Scott's co-worker let him keep the tool he borrowed so that we can finish up the bathroom this next weekend. Maybe the name Clarissa? Did we have a Clarissa at one time, or close to Clarissa? She used to come all the time, and I haven't seen her in a while. In quite a while, in fact. I think she lived in Philadelphia. Hello to anybody I missed. I'm trying to catch y'all as you come in, but I'm also trying to work on these ATCs. And that bird is really loud. I think it's a Carolina wren. They're such a little bird with such an attitude. All right, that's going to have to be put on with glue because it's thick. I'm just going to use glue all. I need to get some more of the quick dry to fill my little bot up. I dropped it and it lost pressure, and I need to fill it up with glue before I can get it to work again. I love that Scotch quick dry because it dries really quick. what I'll do is I'll grab my block of hardwood and set this aside with that block on it. It might not glue all of it. I wish I could remember that lady's name now. It's driving me bonkers. I hate when I can't remember a name. And this has got excess glue. Oh, and I need to sew my, the piece I want to sew for the Sew Frugal 2022 because that's due on the 31st. I better get off it and get some stuff made, eh? So I'm just going to set this aside on wax paper with my hunk of wood that my husband gave me when he made a router table. Because he had to cut a hole, where the router would come up. All right, back to these. So I've got Go Around the World. And then a couple other sayings. I'm not probably going to have enough. But what I can do is I could print out another Go Around the World with my printer. That's what I can do. So now what can I do on these? They're pretty full. Here's some little houses that came on somebody's envelope. Wonder if I can get that loose. And reuse it. Let's see. All right. And now I'll just makes it sticky a little bit, but it's not enough to hold this down. So what we'll do is we'll put some double-sided tape on it. All right. So I'm reusing a piece. I wonder if I've got some more of this in this pile that was saved off an envelope. I'm probably going to end up losing the ATCs I'm working on, digging through everything, but who knows? That's kind of cool looking. These are more labels that Lisa made me. There's some shamrocks. That's kind of cute. Looking for things that could be turned into focal images. That's by Kendra. I'm looking to see if there's more of that. That's some of the paste paper that I made with Barb Owen, but I used laundry starch for mine. There's just not a lot in here to choose from, so I might not get all of them made. There's some more there's some dots. There's a little film strip. We might have to just put a quote on that other one and call it good. All right, so I'm going to stick this on one of these. I think I'll put it on this one. All right. Where are... Okay. Oh, be safe. We'll see you when you get back. Have fun with the kiddos. I know you will. All right. Now I'm going to just put a strip of the tape on the back of this. Oh, man. Come on. So Anne's off to visit her son and the grandchildren. So I'll be opening the room tomorrow in her group, because that's where we meet on Thursday. So if you wanted to participate, all you got to do is join, and there's just a few questions to answer, and I can get you in. Anne's birthday is Friday. That's right. Hippos and birdies to you, Anne. That's what my sister says. Hippos and birdies. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to cut it apart and put it on here so I can have a little black frame around each word. And then I'll put more adhesive and stick it onto my card. And we'll call that one done. I have a smaller strip, but I think it's too small. Well, it's going to sit there right where it fell. Took my mother-in-law, and we got the heart monitor turned back in yesterday, and then she wanted to go to her favorite little hangout for breakfast, and of course everybody in there knew her. Hey, Miss Julia. And they all go there on a regular basis, so everybody knows her name. She's kind of like Norm at this place, but instead of Norm, they say Julia. Hi, Miss Julia. And she's looking a lot better. The bruising is gone. Now she just has a little bit of pink area where the sores were, where she fell and hit the wall. But hopefully, we think she had a drop in hemoglobin. So we're trying to get her to up her iron intake, which upping your iron isn't as easy as it sounds for some people. So Elvis is actually Deborah. I'll have to try to remember that. Oh, and I had to drive her van, and I really don't like driving her van. The controls are all in weird places, and I don't dare move any of her mirrors or anything because that would be like moving the cheese. So I was trying to drive with her mirrors, and she's just tiny. She just gets smaller and smaller every time we see her. Her back is just compressing, and she just gets tinier and tinier. She said, "You sure go a roundabout way." And I said, "Well, I'm trying to miss all the morning traffic so we can get back before lunch starts." We had to go all the way over by where my sister Robin lives, which is about, in non-morning traffic, it'll take you about 20 minutes. But in morning traffic, it can take you anywhere from 30 to 50 minutes, depending on if somebody decides to wreck or not. This is kind of a boring plain ATC. I need to up my game on some of these pockets, or take numbers out. Like if we've already used an envelope, go ahead and remove it until we've used them all. Maybe that's what I will do. All right, let's see if I can stick some more on here. And I'm going to let those be wonky letters on there. We're supposed to go to Atlanta for Easter. So I'm kind of hoping the kid next door gets the fence situation sorted. So Bernadette can be in the yard while we're gone. She's got her doghouse she can get in if the weather turned nasty, but I can't take her with us down there because my sister-in-law has an aggressive dog, and I just don't trust that dog around her. But Adele wants us to come. She had both of her bathrooms redone, and she wants to, to show us how good they look. And go down for Easter. I think it's a 4 or a 6 hour drive down there. I don't remember. It's been a while since we went down there. We have to stop every hour or so, every couple hours, or I won't be able to walk. And she wants us to bring her mom with us. So we'll see if she backs out on us or not, because that's an awful long way for a 94-year-old to ride in a car. But, said I was going to make these wonky, and then they're just popping down straight as can be. So maybe the focus should be on make it crooked, and then they'll come out straight. I think it's 4 to 6 hours. Yeah. I wish I had a copper colored gel pen, but I'll use gold. The wrong side. I'm trying to peel the go off instead of the backing paper. So now let's see, how can we make this look like something more than it is? Well, we'll go around. This is not sticking down all the way. Oh, and back to getting the mortgage, a little mortgage back on the house to do the repairs. We went in search of the lawyer we've always used and his son. Well, turns out the lawyer we've always used died in 2016. And it looks like his son, just when his father died, he just quit. So we're having to find a new real estate lawyer. Because we'll need to, we have to close on that and all. It's getting warm in here. I might have to turn the air conditioner on. I'm sticking to the wax paper that's on the table. That's how bad the humidity's already getting. And it's just now March. Really dreading the summer. I think it's going to be so hot. Well, there you go. There's one. Woohoo! One. I'll hold it up. So that's this one. So I'll set that aside over here so that I can remember where it is, maybe. All right, let's bring our lizard back. Oh, the glue was on here. That's not good. I need a wet one. It looks like my wet ones are open. They're probably not very wet. I think I'm going to start working on an advent calendar, maybe a couple advent calendars to do a swap in November. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up with however many days are in Advent with little handmade items and things like that. If anybody's interested in swapping with me, or I might just sell them. I don't know. We'll see. If nobody wants to do a swap, they could just buy one from me to play. It's just something to keep in mind. I just thought it would be fun. Make little things, just a little something each day they could open. I might leave that hanging off because I kind of like it hanging off there. Now this needs something else. If I put today only happens once, make it amazing, that's going to take up too much room. And my other quote is too long. Yeah, I'll put this little lizard down here. I think I will. I'm going to put this little lizard on the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry, Angie. My family feels that way about the end of August, beginning of September, because we lost a lot of family members about that time of year, several years. This is wet. Let's see. Just had a paper towel in my hand. There we go. I'm just going to leave that like that. There we go. Really don't want to mess with that while that glue's wet, but I want to add some gold in the crown bit, I think, and maybe some doodles on the side. So I'm going to add a little bit more, but this is this one in progress. So let's do this here. This is really fat because it's on a piece of cardboard. So it sticks up too much, I think. There's a big button. Big button. I'm just peeking around here to see what I've got. This is a piece of this paper. Hang on, it might be important. Hello? Hello? Yes. I'm doing good. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And then it's IN. Plays in. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. That we're having a little bit of trouble with because it looks like the son did not continue to practice, and we found out his father passed away. So that's why we haven't. So we're working on something. Scott's got to call in with somebody. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Sorry, guys. I had to take that. That was the lady at the mortgage place. She's telling me everything I need to send her to go into debt again. So, yeah. Well, let's see here. I really like this red. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it down because I just like it and I want to use it. Yep, that's why I think he needs gold. And he needs gold on that crown. I am so sorry I had to take that call, you guys. She had my email wrong. You know, you have to send in all the different things. She said everything looks good, and I'm like, well, it probably should. I mean, we don't owe any money on the house until right now, but still unnerving to take out a mortgage of any size, especially as we're getting older. Don't want to owe money when you're retired, that's for sure. I don't, at least. That's what's getting me. But the bathroom's got to be done. My lizard looks cool upside down, too. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't finish this one. It's okay. That needs something put on it because I just had that gold pen. Maybe I'll use painty pen. Put a little bit of something there. What I'd really like is a black with a smaller tip. There we go. That kind of blends that section into the back. All right. Do we have this kind of turquoisey blue? I might ought to check. She said she was going to try to resend that stuff. Let me just peek at my email real quick. There it is. Okay. All right. I'm going to just tell her I got it. I just didn't want her concerned that it wasn't going through again. Y'all bear with me. It's just a little unnerving. Oh. I want to use that on this card, but I need something more of this blue-green that's kind of in the background of these other ones. Thought I saw another piece of it somewhere here. There's this, but it's not the same. The wind is picking up, so we'll see how long I last. I don't know if I'm going to get 6 done, Mary. I wish I had a big piece of something, anything. Can't really tear that because it's so fat. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I also want to get to Joann's before they close today. The boutiques are on sale. I want to see if there's any remnants to add to my boutique stash for that quilt I'm working on. Because if it's on sale, then I get a remnant, and then that's 50% off the sale price. That's how you get fabric cheap at Joann's, is you look for fabric in there that's already on sale somewhere in the store, and then you get 50% off the current selling price. Oh, I'm struggling here. I do have this piece. All right. I'm going to put some along this edge. And then some that guy must be letting his granddaughter drive the golf cart around on her own. Okay, then we'll pull this off from here. Maybe we'll pull it off. We'll see. Here, Mary. Oh no. Oh no. My grandmother would say, Mary, she'd say, Where was the last time you saw it? Think hard, she'd tell me. And then that would quickly be replaced with, that's why I'm always telling you, have a place for everything and put it in its place. I got that from somewhere. All right, now I'm going to cut this out from the other side. I'm hoping postcards are starting to arrive in the next couple days. They should be, at least the ones in the USA, but I say that. And then, oh, I got a story for you guys. You remember I said I ordered stamps? Well, sometime at the beginning of this month, if you ordered stamps and you ordered some that were in stock as well as new release stuff, something happened in their system to where they couldn't deal with them, so they just purged all those orders. So if you've ordered stamps and you ordered some of the newer copies and you still haven't gotten them, check your email. They sent me 2 emails, they said, but they sent it to that Yahoo account, and I never checked the Yahoo account. That's my junk mail account. So after I talked with the guy on the phone, which that took forever, getting somebody on the phone, I just went in and changed my email to come to my other email address that I look at every day. He said, well, we sent you emails. And I'm like, well, I didn't get them. Sassy pants. Just tell me what's going on. Well, we had an internal problem. Somebody got into the system and orders were messed up and we couldn't get them back, and some were lost, and so we just purged everything. And I'm like, well, hopefully I'll get credit back on that credit card I paid for those with. Oh, you will, it says. I feel like this needs some kind of red on it to pull the red in that I love so much. So let's do red. I'm just going to get some bright red. Red Barn. That's too dark. Hang on. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit on my finger. And just kind of the more I try to mess with it, the worse it gets. Might splatter it. Maybe that's what it needs. I'm looking for the spray bottle. Train's coming through. Train. All right. Then I need my little book. My little book of stuff to put paint in. Dee Dee got me doing this. And you do have to be careful with these tiny composition books, because if you get them too wet, the glue just falls apart, because these are only held together with glue. All right, I need to drop this paintbrush into the bottle that's in the sink. Bernie, I'm going to take you out in just a few minutes, honey. A little bit. All right, so we've got some things I've just splattered that need to dry for a little bit. So I'm just going to move them over here off to the side. And then we'll just wipe this off with the wet one so I can use it again. I'm going to have a very red thing here. So I've got two drying. Let's see if the critter is ready for some gold. If I can spot where I put the gold pen, I'm having a merry moment. I threw it down and it disappeared. All right. Your tiny ones are sewn in, Riri? These aren't. This has just got glue. I've already had to tape some pages in. Where did you get yours? I think I got mine at the Dollar Tree. And see, I'm trying to get the pages full, and then this is going to become a quote journal. You know, if I come across a quote I really like, I'll either print it off or use my label maker or just write it in. But some, like these pages that are solid, I need to do some stenciling on them. I want them to have lots of cool stuff in the background before I add quotes. All right, I'm letting those two dry. I'm going to bring Mr. Lizard back. Trying to do too many at once, I think. Oh, dear Anne, really? Wow. I cannot imagine that happening. Oh, before the shortages. Okay. Oh, hi and bye, Teresa. Thanks for stopping in. I think wherever they've got like a little highlight mark on this, I'm just going to add a little bit of gold and see what it ends up looking like. Or wherever it's kind of yellow. Turn it to gold. I would think something like that would get a lot of people angry that are waiting for to board. I've already paid. Why are they getting theirs free? You know? Do y'all ever watch those videos where people become outraged and angry at the check-in lines at the airport? This one's going to be goofy. You know who's really good at putting things together is Packer Dye. I loved when she did the index cards a day, and she would be out in her garage, and that was when her little ones were little ones, and you could hear them playing in the background. I hadn't seen Nettie. Oh, I know. Nettie is traveling with Penny. That's right. What I might do is set up Anne's room for tomorrow morning, and that way, if I don't get up in time, it'll be there, and somebody can come in and wake me up because it'll ring me when somebody wants in the room. I have an alarm on my phone that goes off. And then my Google Assistant says, "Good morning, Rebecca. Today is such and such, and it's going to be 77 degrees." Yeah, that's true, Anne. It will make your boarding easier. Put a little gold on the outside of his eye a little bit. Little dashy line. Make it look like this little lizard's been all over the place. It'd be cool as if I had a little tiny lizard foot stamp that I could go bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, I don't think any of my quotes are going to fit. That gold needs to dry. Maybe we should, we'll set him back aside. And this one, I like that up there. So what did I do with that? Hey, Mike, how's it going? We're just working on artist trading cards. And I keep getting phone calls about the money we're trying to get from the bank. So sorry if I have to go in the other room to take a call real quick. Scott's at work. He can't field the calls right now. He's trying to train some young knuckleheads how to wire air handlers. So he's busy. Let's see. It is 3:57 now here. The wind is picking up. They said these storms are going to be pretty loud, so I'm wondering if I'm getting the residual from Texas or from the west, or if I'm getting something coming in. I don't have the Weather Channel or any of that, so either it's come up over the mountain and down to get us, or it's come in from the ocean to get us. So I still like this blue thread. Just the blue section of it, though, not the orange. I don't want orange on here. This was a variegated fun yarn. Makes me think of the strands on a dream catcher. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to cut this in half. Let's see if I can glue it on and have a couple tails. Little birds sure are singing up a storm. Oh no, I have some family down in Louisiana, but I don't know if they're close to New Orleans. No, you know what, you guys? New Orleans been getting hit bad for years now. It's amazing that people are willing to stay or go back and build it back up. My son loves New Orleans. When he had to go down there for some training when he was in the Navy, and he loved it. Why won't this come out? I just used you, you booger. Why are you all clogged up again? There we go. Whoops. Oh, you know what? I have blingity bling too in that envelope. I can add a piece of bling to this. Let's glue this in first. It's getting sticky in here. Yay, humidity. I'm so glad you're back. The only thing I'm glad about it is the severe dry skin will go away for the summer. So I guess you can't really complain. There's positive on everything. You just need to go with it. Hi, Janet. Janet Nash. I was talking earlier about, I was going through all these printed off recipes that my son and I have been printing off, and I came across a recipe that I'd made a copy of that we found in Scott's aunt and uncle's house. And I had a copy, an extra copy, and I'm going to send it to you for snack time. It's a recipe for something called crunch cake. It's a cup of milk, sugar, flour, salt, eggs, a stick of butter, Crisco, and lemon flavor. So I'm going to send that to you, and sometime you can make it. Maybe when Meljoy's over, so y'all can try it. All right, I want that gem I saw earlier in here. One of those gems right there. And I think I'll put it on with E6000 because it will stick. I'm telling you what, PM Artist Studio, they've been going every single day. Going and going and going. See if I can get it off my finger and onto there. This is what I hate about E6000. It just keeps oozing. I love it as an adhesive, but if you squeeze it too hard, it makes a royal mess. My sister said she had one in her classroom to where the top got so bad it was glued on. So she had it was full of pins where she'd poke a hole and use the glue, and then she'd put the pin back in it. I said, well, you better be careful how you squeeze that or you'll be stabbing yourself. She said, I know. So we're going to have a sister night coming up. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really enjoying doing things with my sisters again. And I think they are too. So it's funny how life, when you're young and you've got little children, you know, your life becomes your little family. And then when you get older and your children are grown, or like my youngest sister, she had dogs. She didn't have children. But life opens up to where you have more time for your siblings again. It's real nice. Ruth, I don't know. It just, it's a handwritten recipe. I bet somebody from my aunt's church gave it to her, and they hand wrote it, and then it looked like somebody had made copies, and then I scanned it and made this copy, but it just says crunch cake. I don't know if it's golden crunch cake. It's apparently a lemon flavored cake, but it's got a whole stick of butter in it and 4 eggs and a cup of milk. I might make this and take it down to my sister-in-law's at Easter. I just can't have a whole cake in the house with us all being diabetic, and no control over eating. If it's there, it will be eaten, it basically. So I have to wait until I'm going to something that I can take it and share. When I worked, I would just take, I would take things in that we had left. Like if I made caramel cinnamon rolls here, I would just take the rest of the tray in and just drop them on the break room table at the store. And my coworkers would come and it would be gone. It was so funny. One time I made a bunch of just regular plain biscuits, and I'd made homemade blackberry jam. And I took them in, and when I make biscuits, I roll them out, but then I roll them out thin, half the thickness that you would normally think of a biscuit. And then I roll it out on wax paper, and then I roll it out thin, and then I take an end of the wax paper and fold it over so that the biscuits, when they bake, they're already divided. So when you go to use one or open one up, it just pulls apart just so easy. And my boss was like, how did you do that? Did you cut all of those? I was like, no, I did it when I was rolling them out and putting them in. He said he was going to have to do that for his next, I don't know if it was his Sunday school class or his Mason's meeting. But he said, I'll have to remember that. I said, it makes everything easy. I'm going to use the today only happens once. Make it amazing. Will be on the other part. So if I can get this all on the heart. Yeah, I can do that. And then this, I'll just have to cut apart like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, my youngest sister, she can eat anything. She's like 5'10" and she runs 2 or 3 times a week, and she enters all these crazy. She did a triathlon not too long ago, and I told her she was nuts. But anyway, she can eat anything. Now, my sister Robin, she is in the same boat we are. She has diabetes and high blood pressure, and she's got gastrointestinal issues. And she's just got. She's a middle-aged shipwreck, as she says. But we share. We share when we can, but we can't do it all the time. We can't share the baked goodies all the time. I could give them to my neighbors, I guess. I could become the favorite neighbor. I'm not that sociable, though. That's the problem. I'm totally different than I am online. What you see is not always what you get with me. No, I don't warm up to people, real easy. My son and my husband, they can talk to anybody right away. They just start chattering away. And I'm a little bit more reserved in person. Makes me nervous. I get nervous and then I just shut up and I don't say anything. And everybody thinks, oh, she's so shy. And it's like, wait till you get to know me. And then I don't shut up. I broke one of my favorite cups, so I'm having to use it as a tool holder. But that's all right. It'll still get used. You bake for next door? I don't know how my neighbors would handle it if I showed up with baked goods. I get the impression the girl next door is very not into baking and stuff, so her husband might appreciate it, but she might not. You know. You know the type I'm talking about, real concerned about staying real thin and that kind of thing. Just keeping it real here. So we have basically a new neighbor that's moved in that has decided that they can just let their dog run at night. And what it does is it comes into our yard and barks at our neighbor's cats and wakes my son up, who it's really hard for my son to get to sleep. He gets in late, and then sometimes he has to turn around and be back in early where he works. Oh, there we go. There's another one. Today only happens once. Make it amazing. But you know what? We need to add something around the outer edge of this. I'm just going to use Bic pen. The Crystal Bics, they write. It's what Dee Dee uses around things, and they do work good. But you do need to have a piece of paper nearby. Because they get boogers on the end. Oh, yeah, you don't do cups over here. Do you want me to look up how much it would be in, what is it, milliliters? I can write all the translations down on there. Because y'all weigh stuff, don't you? When you bake, you don't use cups and stuff. I wouldn't know how to bake weigh-in stuff, I don't think. So I learned the 8 ounces in a cup, 16 ounces in a pint. I learned all of that. I'm old school. I'm sure metric is probably a lot easier with groups of 10, but all right, I'm going to say that one's done before I mess it up. So that's 2 finished. This one and this one finished. I'm not going to have duplicates. Oh my goodness. And there's my little lizard guy. What kind of saying looks good on him? You guys give me something and I'll just print it out with my label maker. For the lizard, what should I put on there? Maybe one word to describe the lizard. Yeah, everybody I know still uses cups and teaspoons and tablespoons, and I've got a little conversion chart on my refrigerator. Be unique. I like that. Let me get my label maker. Okay, what did I do with the label maker? Oh, this ain't good. Don't say ain't. Your mother will faint, and your father will fall in a bucket of paint. That's what my grandmother used to say all the time. I've got my old school label maker. That might actually be better. I wonder if I've got labels stuff in it. B, a half squeeze. U, N, and I, Q. I had one of these when I was little. I thought I was so cool. I could label everything in the house. My grandmother didn't think it was so cool. You don't have to stick a sticker on everything we own. I was like, But it's cool. You can label stuff. She said, Rebecca. I will put double-sided tape on the back because the stick-em on the back of these does not hold long. So I'll just put a strip of this on here. A stick of butter is a half a cup. Half of a stick of butter is a quarter cup. 4 teaspoons and 1 tablespoon. I can't remember how many tablespoons are in a quarter cup. I think is it 4 tablespoons in a quarter cup? Or is it 3? And Scott and I got to thinking about what is the largest bill you can get in the United States? And we were amazed. The largest bill you can get. I had no clue you could get $1 million bill. Can you imagine that? $1 million bill. If you lost that sucker, whoo, that wouldn't be good. I like it down here. Maybe. Here we go. Be unique. There we go. All right, we'll stick that over there. I'm going to move this because it's creating a shine and the camera's not liking it. This button is cool. Maybe we use half of the button, ink the edge on it. 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. See, that's why I have the chart on the refrigerator. Mary's painting on her ATCs. She did some foxy ATCs this morning. Oh, this was by Rose. Thank you, Rose. I don't know if Rose still watches or not. I haven't seen her in a while. So I watched me another couple episodes of Hoarders last night. So I've been wanting to throw away a bunch of stuff today. I told Scott, I said, that is the biggest motivator for me. Makes me want to clean every time I watch it. Well, the storm must be getting close. The birds are starting to feed heavy. People that don't watch nature and don't get it, they're like, what do you mean? Scott and I are like, don't you watch? The wind starts blowing, and what do the birds do? And then if it's really bad, like with tornadoes, it becomes dead silent. I can't imagine not listening to the signs from nature. I don't understand. You're right. But how many tablespoons are in a quarter cup? That's what I was wondering. I'm thinking that's the 4. All I need to do on this morning's ATCs is the duct tape. Going to work on tomorrow. Forcing yourself to use just what you have on the table out of your pocket It's quite the challenge when you're on your second use of the pocket and you have not added anything to it. So yeah. Lesson learned there. Now see, I've got a little bit of sticky on here, and you know what I do for that? When I have sticker residue, I use baby powder. And I just sprinkle a little bit on. Shove it in there where the stickum is. Then you can just wipe the rest of it away. Like so. It makes it smell good. All right, now we need something on this one. Woo. Got my label maker here. We also have Reality Whistles a Different Tune Underwater. We still got that one. Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life, Picasso. And I have a frog. I think Judy Payton sent me these. And I've got balloons and a smiley face. Don't want any of that. I'm thinking. Think. Yeah, I think it's time to add a little bit to this piece of, or this pocket. Oh, I watched a movie on Netflix. I don't know if y'all have seen it yet. That is it called Black Crab? Oh, that was a good movie. Kind of bloody, but it was still a pretty good movie. That needs to go on Anne's list. She's probably boarding her plane now. Yep. 4 tablespoons in a quarter cup, 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon, 4 quarter cups in a cup. Isn't it fun? I feel like this other needs something else, so I need something on here. Maybe if I do a quote, I wonder if I could do a quote around. But what would you put? Because there's nothing on this to be descriptive. That's what's driving me crazy. Well, the CATs are on the move. That's really pink, but I like the gold. No, that one's on Netflix. The only reason I have Netflix is Greg pays for it because he loves Netflix. So that's his contribution to the house, I guess. Now see, I like that with the button peeking behind. I'm just going to stick this down here. Woo! If I had the dining room window open, it would be making the old house whoo sound that Greg can't stand. I'm like, man, you wouldn't have survived a minute on that old farmhouse I grew up in. It was already almost 200 years old when we lived in it. Some guys bought our old family farm, and he's turning it into a hunt club venue. I hope he has great success with it. We used to get hunters from New York City would come up, and my grandmother would cook them breakfast. I think it's like $12 or $13 a month for Netflix. I think it was like $11.60 when I had it, and I don't have it anymore, but Greg does, and I just watch on his TV when he's not here. My son has a TV. When he gets a place of his own and moves out, we won't have a TV again, but that's okay with me. I don't care. All right, I'm going to do the art washes away the soul. No, it doesn't wash your soul away. Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. Wow, Beck. Maybe it's time for you to sign off and go take a nap, woman. Jeez. I told Scott, I said, we get this bathroom remodel done and finish painting the outside of the house, and I'll be ready for a vacation. We haven't taken a real vacation in probably 10 years. He's not so good on vacations anyway. He gets bored after about the third day. Then it doesn't become much fun anymore because he doesn't want to be on vacation anymore. He's not real good at relaxing, put it that way. If anybody has a working holiday available, I'll take and put him to work at somebody else's house and I can just go chill. Meals must be provided because I don't want to cook on my vacation. But see, we don't like the regular vacations either. We're weirdos. We like to just start driving somewhere. And then if something cool comes about or we see something, then we just stop and check it out. And we don't want deadlines. We don't want where you have to do this or you have to do that. We just like to go and do nothing for a few days. I'm trimming these close and I'm probably going to regret that because it'll be hard to get the adhesive off the back. Oh well, I've got my pokey tool. Oh, there's my neighbor. The one that backed over our mailbox and was nice and went and got us a new mailbox post. He felt so bad. He had to drive all the way up to a town above Columbia. And he was trying to find out the directions. And he was looking at his phone and forgot about our mailbox. But he took care of it, so it's all good. All right. Now the fun part, trying to get all this adhesive off the back of these. Am I in a tornado warning? Let's ask the phone. I could be in, I haven't had an alert yet. This phone will go like crazy if there's a tornado nearby. There's a train going through. Have y'all seen an up rate in your amount of traffic around you? Man, we've been getting a lot more trains coming through. Current weather in Casey, South Carolina.
It's 77 degrees and cloudy in Casey.
Hey, Google. Am I under a tornado warning?
Here are some results.
Don't you know? Come on, woman. Are there tornado warnings in Lexington County?
Here's what I found.
I don't want to upload anything. Usually my friend Kat, she works in the emergency office. When there's an emergency, she has to stay on duty. And We have a lake wind advisory until 9 o'clock tonight for most of the central part of South Carolina and east central Georgia. Yeah, I'm in that. It's a severity minor. %64% humidity right now. No wonder I'm sitting here sweating. So nothing really bad right now, just winds. I'm just looking to see if there's anything on here, but I don't see anything. I've got a voicemail from my mother-in-law. I'll listen to that in a minute. I didn't even hear the phone ring unless she called when I was on the phone with a lady from the bank. There goes Scott's phone. Well, I might stop at 4 because I do need to take the dog out before it starts raining. And I need to see if my mother-in-law is okay. For anybody that doesn't know, Scott's mom is 94 and she recently took a tumble. So I'll need to see what she needs. Let me get these on here. Oh, and we need to pull a number. Let's do one of the top numbers next week. Let's do our envelope 20. I'm just going to pull that one. I haven't looked at what's in there, but I know that it's a full envelope and it gives me a lot more choices. I need to go back through my stash and maybe this really needs some kind of focal images added to it. And I'll just go ahead and put the ATCs, those 2 ATCs that are cut to size. I'll just put them back in this pocket. That's something I could do is go through my offcuts of cardstock that's under the table and just cut out some postcard shapes and some ATC shapes and pitch them in each of the pockets. And that would give me bases all ready to go. And then I need to do the focal images. Just so I have something to go on top of this, because right now I don't have a lot to choose from. Most people like to limit their choices. I like a lot of choices. Give me a lot to choose from, especially when you're mixing different color values and I'm just going to use a big pen and go around the edge. Just a scrubby line. We were amazed when we took that load of stuff to the dump. we were really amazed at how high the dump has gotten. We used to have to drive way down in. Now you have to drive up. So that's how much the trash has grown. Let me put these up. And next week we'll do pocket 20. So that's chosen. Clean as you go, then you don't have a mess later. Have a place for everything. Put it in its place. All my grandma's rules. It does make life easier to have a place for everything. And I need to get my binder back. We'll take a sneak peek at pocket 20 just to see what's in it. And then before I leave, I'll show you the 4 that we did today. This all needs to go back in pocket 3. Back you up a little bit here. This is what I got. I got this binder and I just throw random stuff in. This 3. That's my baby. That's my little baby. He's a grown man now with a beard. I almost lost my bone folder. Mary, I almost hid my bone folder on myself in a pocket. That wouldn't have been good. I'd be saying, where did I have that last? All right, come on. I'm going to get you back in here so we can peek at 20 for next week. Oh, I did finish the pages and I posted a picture of my pages in my fabric journal that we did last week. I was going to show you those too before we leave. So pocket 5 is always fabric and lace, that kind of stuff. I almost put paper in my teacup. Yeah, my pocket 3 is nutritionally deficient in stuff. So I need to work on a couple projects that create stuff, I guess. All right. Pocket 20 is got all this cool stuff. It's got some quotes. It's got stuff that I got from Janet Nash. Not Nash. Baum. A paper bag from Mary. So it's looking like I've got a good bit to choose from in there. And then this is what I usually do, is the index cards and then mount them on black. So these are some of what I normally do. For anybody that's new, that's not seen these are what we usually put together. I really love this one with the butterfly. These are just so pretty. And these I could scan in and shrink them down and turn them into postcards and just mail them out. And see, with that having dimension, it wouldn't mail. But if I make a copy and print it on cardstock, then I could mail this out just like that as a postcard. So that's what I might do before I make these into a binder. I might scan them in and turn them into postcards. That one says I can do anything, but not everything. And there's the one we did with the blings. So yeah, we done pocket 3 not too long ago. So yeah, pocket 20 next week. We'll set this aside. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to show you in here. Remember how I put the kitty cat with, oh, that needs to go in 3. The napkin onto the fabric, the rusted fabric. It makes it's really bendable, pliable. You can fold it, you can roll it. That I use the decoupage for fabric. So this has gone back into pocket 5. and we'll use it the next time we do pocket 5. And then let me show you last week's pages. And do we have one more week, one more Wednesday in this month, you guys? I think we do. But I wanted to also mention at the very last week of this, we're going to switch gears. Here's my 2 pages. Oops. Here's my 2 pages. There's the first one that I had done all the stitching beforehand, but added all of this. Scott said he felt the reason the rusted fabric was so hard for me to get a needle through is he said he imagined that it would also tighten the weave, so that might be why that's so hard to stitch through. And then this was my other one where I told you all I was going to put the flowers down and then embroider the stems. And then I put all this grass on here, grass around the bunny. I stitched the little canvas letters down that I think Anne made those for me. So you can stamp words out on leftover canvas. So that was last week. And then today we did four ATCs. I've got to set them somewhere to finish drying before I put them in my binder. And I'll fill in the backs of them too, that I did 4 of these today. So let me look at a calendar real quick. It's the 23rd, so we do have one more Wednesday, and we'll do pocket 20. Then that will be our last week of doing the bits and bobs, because we're going to take a break and work on a different project for a while. And for that project, you need to bring recycled packaging, cardboard type stuff, like the dividers from the cat food or cereal boxes or anything of a lightweight cardboard box that you could like use for pages. And we're going to do something like this that we did last summer of the binder. But I'm going to look up some different techniques. We might still do an ATC or a little image, little watercolor to stick in our books. There's my Janet Nash fairy that I created. But I would like to do another little binder like this. And the little watercolors that we did together, those were so much fun to do. And they really add a little focal image on each page has a little watercolor that we did. And I think that adds a lot to the pages. There's my little watercolor and my blue woman for my drop paper. So this is what we're going to do. We might do a different binding. We might just do book rings on this one, just for something different. But we would put, I would want to put at least 4 book rings in it instead of 2 or 3, because when you use the book rings, you know how it'll wiggle back and forth. We did 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 8 pieces last summer, so let's focus on 8 pieces this time. I think that was a good number, and if we did, that would give us, if we do the covers together one day, so that's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. So this would give us 2 months of work. This would be 2 months of 4 weeks. That, you know what I'm saying? 2 months has 4 weeks or thereabout. So I'm thinking it would be closer to 2 months that we could do this project again. But I do want to go out and search different techniques, like different pocket constructions. If you guys think of anything else that's done in a journal that you would like to see, like the pockets. We could do interactive things. Anne's real good from what I saw, and she don't want to admit it, but Anne's really good at doing pop-ups. So we might want to add a pop-up to this somehow, maybe as an interactive element. I want to do lots of interactive elements on this next one. That's what I'm saying. So I will see you guys. Well, I will see some of you Friday morning at 10 o'clock. And then tomorrow we're doing Craft and Chat in Ann Lahr's group. She's on vacation, but I'm going to go ahead and set a room up. Before I go to bed tonight, I'll set a room up and I'll open it up at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. If somebody else is up before me, go ahead and come on in and you can ring me awake if my alarm hasn't beat you to it. And what else? I think that's it. Pocket 20 for next week. Oh, a window would be cool. What if we did one where ooh, that's an idea. I have something in mind. You might need some craft foam. And you can get that at the Dollar Tree. So it would not have to be white craft foam. If you got black, it would probably be even better. But I don't know I think Michael's has black that you can get in a sheet. The only other thing I could think of at the dollar store, sometimes they have black foam board as like a project thing. The problem with the jiggly thing is I don't know where somebody sent me the wiggle thing and I hadn't used it. So I gifted it to Anne so she could make Alice shake. But that's actually called a wibble wobble, I think. And you have to order it from somewhere. If I can find them somewhere, I'm not sure where whoever sent it to me got them. That's something I'll look into that and see if it's something I can find. I think they're called wibble wobbles. Let's ask Google. Where can I get wibble wobbles for journals? Oh, Action Wobbles. Their 12 pack is $8.99 from Amazon. Action Wobbles. You can get 48 of them. I would never use 48. I could do the 12 for $8.99. Let me look and see. Oh, it says Joann's has them in the Park Lane. I don't know how many comes in a package, but it's showing that Joann's has them. Small Park Lane wobble toppers are $4.54 at Joann's. Well, I'm going to Joann's and I will look for them. Action Wobble Springs from Amazon. A dozen for $8.78. And then, it shows that they're on sale at Joann's for $5.59 for a 12 pack. You get, a dozen. And then it goes into Weebles Wobble, but you don't fall down. It's showing that Joann's has them. And Amazon. Joann and Amazon. So I'm going to check at Joann because that could be fun to do the wobblers. But I'm also thinking an interactive window could be fun that you could look into. So keep recycled packaging plastic. I know Mary's already keeping some. But if we got foam core board and a piece of the clear acetate that we could make a window over whatever we put inside, that could be fun. Okay. What are they? The wobblers, the wibble wobblers. You attach them to your page and then you attach them like Anne did. She just attached Alice in Wonderland to the top of the wobbler. And then if you flick the little character, it'll wobble it back and forth. Let's see. Where's the one that's on sale at Joann's? I'll just show you a picture of them if Joann's website will come up. They are a element. And if you drew your own little character, like I would do a gnome, of course. Of course I would do a gnome. Why is it the image? There it is. They just look like little, looks like a double layered disc. A double layered disc with a spring in between them. Let's see. Mary said wrap beading around a stick. Oh, that would be cool. And Janet Nash said she would do a fairy. Nina said she would do a wobble cat. Oh, wire. Okay. Okay. Beading wire around a stick. And we could just go out in our yards and get sticks. Is Julia here? Hi, Julia. So that's what the wobblers are. I'm going to check at Joann's and see. Sometimes it'll tell me. I guess it's with the stickers. It says it's not sold at my store. So I would have to order them online. I'm trying to not order anything. All right, guys. Any other ideas? Put them in either my group or Fib Diggity. And something else that might be cool is we could create little dolls out of like chopsticks. You know, we could do the string wrapping and start out on 2 chopsticks. And then as you get up, looks like little legs, then put the 2 of them together and wrap around, and you'd have just a little stick man. You'd have to put some arms on it some way. Maybe that could be done with just wire, just some coils of wire, and then attach something that looks like hands. I don't know, something to play with. So thanks for being here. I need to take the dog out and do some errands. And I did 4 ATCs today. The next time I make them all the same and then do a giveaway. These to my ATC collection, which I need a new binder for that. Yep, a small stick. Yep. All right. Thank you, guys. I will see you later. Bye.